Hey guys, this is MoMo here. I've gotten a ton of requests to go over this build and to sort of give tips and advice on how I build it. So I am an Occultist Int-Stalking Wander, and I am going to quickly kind of do an Al Has Me, and then I'll go over the build after, just so you can quickly get a look at it.
The job never ends.
When I'm ready and not
With your death, this nightmare may finally end. I'm better.
Alright, so
Awaken from this nightmare.
pretty straightforward. Alright, so the pretty straightforward build. There's nothing too crazy compared to the Assassin version. I made this build last league during Heist, and I was really interested in doing something different, and I was really excited about this gem Sniper's Mark. The reason I really liked Sniper's Mark was because it was a mark, which meant it didn't have a less effect versus bosses, so Cyrus and stuff would get the full effect. So I decided I would try and get the curse effect really high, and then, utilize something. Now, everything kind of came together when I realized that you could just easily trigger it with Spellslinger. So when you Spellslinger, it applies the mark, and, whatever is in range gets marked. Of course, it only can target one thing at a time, but it will prioritize rares and so on. But you're always getting this mark off. You never have to manually cast it. It feels great. Ellie weakness, because we're also using curses. Essentially, you can go over my gear in PoE Ninja if you want. I don't want to make this video too long, but it's just in stacking stuff. I made most of my gear self-crafting. Just craft it, get some metallics, get some denses, make your own gear, etc. Flasks, I would recommend Dying Sun, Bottled Faith. Don't use this setup right here. This is kind of poverty setup. Same thing with my helm. This is a poverty helm. Get yourself a Sniper's Mark Curse Effect helm or Power Siphon. They're both insanely good. And get yourself a helm with +1 power charge also. Tree really quick. Pretty, again, very similar to the build that most people know, the in-stacking build. The only difference is I do get an additional curse because I apply conductivity as well as both my mark and Ellie weakness. So we have all of this going on all the time. Autopilot, don't even have to worry about it. And then we also have this little note here. So this gives us a blind, which is really fucking good, as well as 5% ink damage. This is just a really good little jewel here. A lot of basic stuff. I could really go over the specifics, but I'm trying to make this a quick video. Try to get your life leech off Drive to Destruction. You can also get it on Anomalous Damage on full life, which I don't have. Also, Anomalous Kinetic Blast is insane. It gives you +2 Pierce, so you never have to worry about getting Pierce anywhere else. What else? Gems. Pretty straightforward gems. Try to get Awakened wherever you can, obviously. Yes, Chainbreaker Berserk. This is another very important thing. If you noticed in my video, you can prep for any boss by just waiting for full rage, which you get very easily, by the way. You get right now I'm gonna pop Berserk. I'm actually look at my power charges. Already at 7, thanks to this Occultist node that gives us power charge after a certain amount of mana. So we're already prepped for the boss. So you just want to run into the boss, press Q, press Berserk, blow your load. Real straightforward. You're gonna do this is like easily 12 million DPS with my gear. The boss is going to melt in seconds. The Berserk is still on. Like, see, this shit lasts forever. You lose it on hit, but it's on pretty much for the whole boss fight. You can also, if you want to have Berserk longer and have more rage, you can try to get mana regeneration rate on your rings. It can go all the way up to about 70, so it's pretty big. That's really it. If you have any questions, feel free to message me in game here. The build is pretty straightforward. Big dam, big pops, big curse effect, which helps a lot. You cannot be stunned. Big reason I win Occultist. Being stunned as ES is awful. This is the easiest way to get it. You also have 10% regen right off this node. Like every node here feels very good. This gives you tons of AoE for your pops, damage for your pops, big dam just power charge wise. Profane Bloom is amazing, especially with the buff. Malediction is of course Malediction, great. The only last thing I'm going to touch on is Oxium. A lot of people underrate this belt. It's super cheap. I don't know why, because it's amazing. If you have power charges, just and use elemental damage, just use this belt. It's insane. I mean, it's so good. If you double corrupt it for %int, it is your best belt over any synthesis belt you can get. Also, Ashamentus is really good. Anyway, GG's, guys.